So I feel like I definitely have like I punish the enemy steps more than before.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like the roaming, I would say out of 10 roams, I get 7 to work, which is okay for me. But the 3 I choke is yeah, sad. And yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna download my VOD real quick. I have to do some funky
And
stuff to get it to work.
I decided to like Zed is my main, but as a secondary, you said an AP champ would be good. So I thought like Akali, but she's incredibly weak. That's why I
Yeah.
decided to pick Vladimir. I think he's pretty good. And as a secondary role, that's why I wanted to ask you. Like I love Shaco, and is it better? I know that he got nerfed on the lanes. Like, would you
Yeah.
prefer playing him support,
I
top,
feel like his support's
jungle?
gonna be kind of hard now after all the nerfs. Still doable if you enjoy it. You know, do what you
Yeah.
like. But I do think support as your secondary is better than jungle, just because you're gonna get jungle all the time.
Yeah, that's why.
And I do support as my secondary now. I think I might even be a better support than a mid, to be honest, because I think the role is just kind of easy.
Easier, yeah.
But I don't enjoy it very much.
I love the Shaco mentality because for me he feels kind of like Zed because you have always something you can do better on him.
Yeah.
And like the best win condition I have on Shaco is to tilt my enemies, and that's fun. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just fun to mess around with.
Yep.
Computer's just being kind of slow. Just give me a sec.
No problem. Are you streaming from a single PC or do you have two?
I have 2 monitors.
Yeah, PC. I mean the PC. Like, do you stream from one PC? You play on one and
No,
you stream?
I do it all from the same one. Why is my monitor acting up? Give me a sec. Okay. Almost missed my chair. That would be funny. Videos. Open with Notepad++. Awesome, just getting everything set up for the coaching. So Zed versus Lux.
Yeah, the Lux. I hate playing against Lux because she in the early game, even in the early game, she has already like 7 seconds on her stun. Yeah, and I think I fucked my early game pretty hard.
Okay, so we're gonna do this again, the same as last time.
Yeah.
So let's find the game here.
I think it was the 13-10 game there, the first one on the top.
Oh, it's this one? So you won it?
Yeah. Yeah, we won.
Okay. So you did everything perfectly. Nice.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Tell me again, please.
I was joking. I said you did everything perfectly. Nice.
Yeah.
If only.
Not everything.
No, yeah. I mean, can learn a lot from your losses and your wins.
Yeah. What is really cool is to see before we did it the first time, I literally learned to lose in this game because I had 0 LP, so I didn't really care about losing.
Yeah.
And then I lost like 4 games on a day and won 0. But right now, I'm winning. That's pretty cool with that.
Okay. Yeah, nice. I see your win rate's gone up a lot recently with them. But
Yeah.
okay, so starting off the game, you always want to start pre-game. What do you think your game plan is?
In this game, it was like I didn't expect it, to be honest, that they are so good in team fights, because the fiddle got pretty ahead, and he just went in with his ult and we lost. And I decided, because the Yone was my duo mate in this game, we just talked before and I said, hey, I'll try to camp you to get you ahead because you're a hyper carry.
Yeah.
And my bot lane lost hard in this game, like normal, like every game, to be honest. So I tried to help them sometimes, but mostly I played around the top lane.
Okay. I feel like, yeah, they can be... My analysis is that their bot lane is actually very diveable.
Yeah.
I think their bot is very diveable. Ezreal, Xerath are both extremely squishy.
Yeah.
And as Zed with Wukong, Sivir, and Senna, they can probably get prio around like level 6 to 8. I think you should look for, at some point, go with your jungler in 4-man and try to dive their bot lane.
Yeah, that's like what I saw in your last game in the stream.
Yeah.
I'm not really playing around my jungler, to be
Yeah.
honest. But in lower elo, it's rare that they try to.
It's very
counter
difficult
a
to play
jungle.
around your jungler when you're in lower elo, but because it's difficult in the sense that they're not going to do what you want them to do most of the time. But I've thought to get the jungler to do what you want, be very vocal.
Yeah.
Ping, type in chat. For example, say like, hey Shaco, let's dive bot in 45 seconds. Like, you remember that that in my last game, how I was LeBlanc against Katarina, I got prio, I saw that their bot lane was doing well. I was like, we're gonna be able to dive this. They're two squishies bot lane there.
Yeah.
And Ezreal, Senna. And I was just like, hey, let's dive bot. I saw my Shaco was already looking for it too. So I didn't really need to type it in chat. But I was looking for the play, and I thought, top lane's probably going to be hard to gank. It's Camille. She doesn't have flash, so it still could have been gankable. But
Yeah.
I think if you play around your Wukong, you tell Wukong, hey, let's go bot. Your Yone is your duo. He has teleport. You can probably get him to do that too, if he needs it. But
Yeah.
I would like to see at some point, I would like to see you go for a dive on their bot lane, just because you'd be able to kill them so easily. And you Wukong, the ranged, you guys have enough to dodge the turret aggro. Again, in silver elo, it might be difficult to orchestrate that because people aren't as good.
Can Senna dodge the turret shots with her when she goes in the shadow? I'll just say
she can't dodge the turret shots, but if she tethers properly. So what I mean by that is, let me open my Rift kit real quick. So let's say this is their bot. God, I can't move anything. What I mean is that if you guys dive,
Yeah.
your Wukong takes aggro, or you would probably want to start out with a WEQ on them.
Yep.
Take turret aggro. When the shot's midair, you ult. That resets aggro, so you don't take too much damage. Then the Wukong starts tanking, and then once he starts to get low, he jumps out, then the ADC and the support, because they are both very long range. Sivir's not extremely long range, but they can still attack from far away. Once they take 1 or 2 tower shots, they can easily just hop out of range and walk back in, is what I mean. They can't, Senna, the support, can't use her shadow, her E, to dodge it. But if she uses her Q auto and then just walks back out of range, she takes 1 shot. That allows you guys, all 3 of you, to do a lot of extra damage.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of hard to explain without a concrete example. But if you watch a high elo VOD, pretty much any of them will have a dive on bot lane where they just watch how and why they do the aggro, who takes aggro, how do they survive, how do they 4-man bot dive at level 6 at 6 minutes into the game or whatever, when everyone's so squishy and no one dies and they get both kills. It's because they divvy up who's going to take aggro from the tower.
Yeah.
Very effectively. And that's something that, you know, right now you probably don't need to think about too much, but something to keep in mind. I would like to, in theory, I would like to see this in the game, but it's probably not going to happen. Yeah. My other thought is you lose team fights.
Yeah.
Because not only do they have fiddlesticks, they have pretty decent team fight. You guys are all AD.
Yeah.
You just lose the team fight. You're all AD. You know, you guys don't have a bad team fight per se. Zed is pretty good at team fighting now. Wukong has all.
Yeah,
Sivir.
we won the most important team fights because of the Wukong, because he went in with his ult.
Yeah, your team fight isn't bad. It's just theirs is better if they itemize properly. If they build armor, your team fight's going to be bad. So I say you guys probably win this game from split push. You got lucky going through their itemization. No armor whatsoever. No armor whatsoever. No armor. Oh, well, Zhonya's. Yeah. Zhonya's. And then, for whatever reason, his build looks really, really weird. He has armor, but his build is just kind of trash. So, but again, that's my analysis. You know, at least for the start, I would try to get your bot lane ahead. You know, I feel like this is a rough matchup for top. You know, gank if it's free, help your laner out. But again, especially as Zed, I like to play around my jungler. Yeah. Into Lux, you don't get prio early. Around level 3, you start to do stuff. You can probably all in and kill her level 3 if she's pushing into you, if you get a good WEQ combo and dodge her Q. Yeah. It's probably about it for now. Do you have any more questions or thoughts about the game that you want to mention before I start going into the VOD?
No. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
Minions have spawned.
Fine. You know, I mean, right now they already killed the ward. Never mind. But I would like to see you probably standing around here, since obviously I want your bot lane to be doing that, but just since they're not, you don't know for sure where they are. Yeah. Okay, but that's small stuff. That doesn't matter too much. So I'd be very careful. I don't want to see you auto the minions here. Yeah. Just because, let me open my pen app. But because if, you know, in this game, it's not going to do anything. She's silver. She's not going to know what to do to punish you properly. But in higher elos, if you push this wave, if you auto this 3 times, you know, because you've hit their minions, your minion wave is going to push, right? Yeah. And since it's going to push this way, she'll be able to freeze. And you're a Zed level 1. you're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, but I didn't push. I'm just running around there every time.
No, yeah, I'm just explaining that in the sense. I'm not saying that you did. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just explaining why I don't want to see it. But so good. Okay. Let's see it. I'm also going to turn the Fog of War onto the red side. Yes. So nice. I like how you saw her E coming and you immediately dodged down. That's some good dodging patterns. I like to see that. Yeah. Go for that minion there. You know she doesn't have... Oh, it is a backup actually. Nice. I see you try to hit her with your Q there, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
She's just mindlessly pushing, which is good. Nice. I would have, instead of dodging back there, you know, she just used her E. You know, since she just used her E up that way, you can walk here, grab this farm, throw a Q at her. You have Scorch this game, right? Let me check. This one sometimes doesn't work. Yeah. So even if you don't hit, even if you hit a minion first before you go for the Q, right?
Yeah.
The Scorch is still going to do a lot of damage to her because it just does a little damage over time. So even if you can auto this, then Q, or you can just Q and kill the minion with it. Because also you don't want this wave to fully crash.
Yep.
In my opinion. Because you're not going to be... You want to thin the wave out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if she can just get a... Crash the wave level 2, she's probably not going to be able to bully you too much under tower, but if she can get a huge wave under your tower by just pushing really hard, you're going to have to farm while level 1, maybe level 2, under tower with no abilities, and she can use E and Q to poke you down a lot.
Yeah.
You know, they have a Fiddlesticks, so he's probably not going to invade, but what if they had a Shaco? Shaco would, you know, in this game it's not applicable, but I want to explain for other games. You know, what if Shaco went here, 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 into invade? Like my last game, I played LeBlanc, and you saw that I played with my Shaco and we invaded. You don't want to give the enemy mid prio to invade the jungle, because that's just really bad.
Yeah. Understand.
So I would like to see you try to thin this wave. That what it's called is thinning it by not killing. Try not to kill them all immediately, but slowly dwindle their health a little bit. And if you walked down here and autoed instead of dodging up, especially because she E'd here, so there's no reason to walk back. You don't really have anything to be afraid of. But you know, it's just it seems kind of small, but the culmination of that. See, instead of you have to use your Q anyway, but you could have been able to use it and try to thin the wave and hit her as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're respecting your level 2 a bit. Not bad. Again, she's all the way back here. I want to see you autoing the minions just to try to thin it down a little bit more.
Yeah.
But now it's a little too late. See how now she can poke you under tower. That's unlucky. I don't know what she's doing, not trying to poke you when you're doing that. She's probably trying to get vision or something, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, that was weird.
Oh, ego.
Yeah, this should be free. You know, she has barrier though. That's
yeah, that was stupid.
That was a bad
That's
flash,
why I didn't
but,
kill her. Yeah.
But you know, that's probably more, you know, I'm not going to talk about your mechanical stuff, trying to get better. I would like you to see here. 755 mid. Type it, make sure your jungler knows it, make sure you know it. A Lux without flash. Also, you can time it, ping your own flash. Or not necessarily ping it, but you flashed at the same time as her. Her flash is going to be up when yours is up.
Yeah.
And let's just think about it in a way. This is very good for you, even though you didn't kill her, because Zed has his W. A Zed without flash is not as bad as a Lux without flash. Lux should not be able to step up at all or do anything here. So, yeah, it's unfortunate you didn't dodge it, but you can play extremely aggressive here.
Yeah.
It's also, I'd be careful of ganks, getting ganked. I'd like to see you playing a little more aggressive here. Because if she walks up to try to Q you, you can just WEQ kill her with just with that and the electrocute proc, most likely. If her W's not up. Yeah. So she can't. Also, what I would have liked you to do is right here. Or,
Yeah.
let's see right here. You know you don't kill, so you just walk back. You say, dive mid 20 seconds, ping a shit ton. Like, just let your jungler know. He's finishing his camp. He's gonna hit level 3. He's gonna be looking to gank. Honestly, you can dive her. Like, you just, if Wukong starts it, he can W out and then flash, and he can get the kill easily. So if you told him now, if you start pinging it now, dive mid, you know, that gives him time to clear this and walk mid. If you slow push it like you are, which is good, but you'd be able to dive mid instead of, especially because she just wasted her Q. Now she's out of mana, she has nothing.
Yeah.
She might have enough for a W, but yeah. See, imagine if Wukong was here. Also,
Yeah.
I don't like that W. I would rather you go for the W when she's going for cannon, because you know for a fact she's gonna go for that cannon.
Yeah.
People in silver will die so that he can get that cannon, right?
Yeah.
So if let's go back 15 seconds. Instead of Wing there. Also because right now you're gonna take turret aggro for it. And you're not gonna be able to take your Q. At this point, you kind of have to commit to using your Q. I would say if you're going to do there, if you W right here, you should stand right here. So that way...
Yeah, if I would have hit the double Q with the electrocute proc,
it wouldn't kill her, but I don't think it would kill her, because she still has a lot of health left.
Yeah.
I think it would bring her to around here. Around 50 health.
Yeah.
But if you stand here, you're already going to take a tower shot for this. But if you stand here and you throw your Q here and your Q here, you hit her with the double Q, and you're going to take a tower shot no matter what. You might as well make sure you hit the Q, the double Q. But it's also important that instead of running this way, you run this way, because you're running in a straight line away from the tower is what you want to do. So you get out of the tower range as fast as possible. If you run this way, you'll likely take 2 shots, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But alternatively, because you know you're not going to kill her there, or maybe you don't know, you think you do kill her, that's fine, because you're learning your damage still.
Yeah.
I would prefer you are right here. You're standing right here. Right here, something like that.
Like right there, I'm just always afraid of her stun. Like that's
fair. But you know she's out of mana. She already used it. And even if she does use it, she's not going to be able to follow up with anything.
Yeah, true.
What I would recommend doing is against Lux, Lux's skill shot, her threat, right? Is so let's assume you are right here. Your boy Zed. Boom, and you're holding your shuriken. Let's draw that.
Yeah.
So you're Zed there. Lux is gonna throw her Q, but it travels in a straight line, right?
Yeah.
What I like to do against champions like that is, instead of use my WE and just Q right in front of me, I usually like to put my shadow around here, so that way it's not straight, because that way it's a lot easier to hit my Qs.
Yeah.
But again, oh god damn it. There we go. I would recommend throwing your W up here more. So that way, if you do see her Q coming, you could take it. Alternatively, since you're going to be diving with this, I would recommend you throw it down. So if you see her Q come toward you, you take the shadow. If you see the Q come towards the shadow, you just don't take it, right?
Yeah.
It's something small. Again, I don't think you kill her unless you get your W, EQ, and auto, because you don't have Ignite. But you also know that she has very little mana. She's most likely, you're able to click her and see that she most likely only has enough mana for either her Q or her W.
Yeah.
But, so I'd recommend if you throw your W out, gosh. I'm gonna use different color for her stuff. So she throws her Q out here. You throw your, gosh darn it. You throw your Q here. Your Q here. And if she throws her Q there, you just swap.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, why I want to see it here is because it takes one more shot and then she's going to be able to auto it. She has to auto it twice most likely because her auto won't be able to kill it here. It won't do enough damage. So she'll want to have to go up and auto it twice. So if you had your W up here, you can kill her for the cannon, possibly 1-for-1 it. You would also took a tower shot already, so you would have been up at this much health instead.
Yeah.
So you would have been able to WEQ auto and live. Also, you still have another health pot, so if you did that, before you do that, I would want to see you also get your health potion ticking.
Yeah.
The biggest problem with this is you don't know where Fiddlesticks is.
Can you do like the fog of war for everyone that I can see who he is? Because I think that's why I was afraid there.
Yeah. I'm guessing he's going to be around here or here. But it's possible that he sees you playing very aggressive. I'll do it in a second, but I think you going 1-for-1 here is absolutely worth it. And
because of the huge wave crashing in her tower.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minions missed of XP. Look, let's just check you're level 4, just a little bit. She's level 3 in a little bit, so you're already a whole level up on her.
Yeah.
You kill her, it's 100% worth it. Let's check the Fog of War. Fiddle's
yeah, he's on his trucks.
Yeah, so again, I would wait till the So again, this is offset your shadow, your W, so you can dodge her, skill shed it. Like if you're standing here, it's linear. Again, it's a bit of reaction time and expectations because I don't know what ping you play on. I have to play at like 60.
I'm playing on 30 ping.
Yeah, so you can probably react to it. It's a little harder with higher ping, but NA for you. Yeah, so other than that, I think it's good. But yeah, see, you have to seed her the cannon. She gets the cannon, and you have to play really passive because you're afraid of the Fiddlesticks now.
Yeah. And
like your-
how can you? How do you track like the enemy jungler? Is it just practice and playing jungle, and then you like get the like how he's walking and shit? Because I think we didn't saw him until this point. Then, like we didn't saw him before.
So jungle tracking really does come down to many different factors. Early on, it's mostly guessing. I'm going to add educated guessing.
Yeah.
Because Fiddlesticks is not really much of a ganker until he's level 6, till he has Predator, until he has boots, you know?
Yeah.
So most likely he's going to do a full clear. He likes to start blue, but he might start red. It's hard to tell where he's going to start. But he's probably going to either full clear, he's going to either do... And from that, he's going to go into Scuttle, or he's going to go into this into Scuttle. Right?
Yeah.
Or alternatively, if he starts the bot side here, he's going to likely go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Scuttle. He might skip that. You know, he might skip a couple things, but he's going to full clear.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be too afraid of him. Jungle tracking is mostly educated guessing. You can look at his farm. So you can see he's at 24, so he's killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 camps. Because 6 times 4 is 24.
Yeah.
If you see him later...
Does every camp gives like 4 CS?
Yeah, every camp gives 4 CS no matter what. Scuttle gives 4,
Okay.
Wolves give 4, Buffs give 4.
Okay.
That's, you know, it's something to keep in mind. And if right now you see he's at 24, you know he started blue. If he shows in 2 minutes and he's still at 24, that means you know that his 2 camps here and here are still up.
Yeah.
So you or your jungler can take it. If you see him later and he's at 28, 32, that means you know he's taken these 2 camps because he didn't take your jungler's camps. You know, that stuff's more as a laner, I wouldn't worry about that too much. It's just something to be aware of for if you do climb up to diamond or above. Try to go for above that.
Yeah. That would be like the best. My goal for this season is like gold, or if it is really cool, would be plat. But
I think gold is very doable. It's just about playing the game enough. But again, with jungle tracking, again, it's you remember from the last coaching session, I talked about being proactive and reactive.
Yeah.
So being proactive, if you were this Fiddlesticks and you're looking at this, do you realistically think you can kill Zed here?
No, not really.
Unless Zed dives, Fiddle won't be able to kill you. Unless he dives, and it'll be a 1-for-1. You know, Fiddle just is looking to get 6, you know. He's going to probably try to go for a crowd or something. He might go for a counter gank bot. His top's pushing in. You don't really know which side he's on because it's Fiddle. He doesn't really need a leash. Level 1, so you can't really use that to tell where he started and where he's going to be. But jungle tracking is a lot about what do you think they're going to do? And then...
Yeah.
You'll be able to react faster when something does happen because you will be anticipating what he's going to do. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
You want to get vision.
Yeah. Yeah, I changed like my ward a bit since the last coaching.
Yeah, that's good. But yeah, again, against someone like Fiddlesticks, especially once he's 6, he's going to be able to gank from far with his ult. Give me a sec. You'll want to have this area warded. You might want to have this area warded or this area warded. Great ward spots, I would say, are deep. Like something like here.
Yeah.
Something like here or here.
So you would prefer like warding? Your wards depend on the enemy jungler. Like for example, a Shaco who can gank like with level 2.
Yeah.
You ward really deep on the Raptors, for example.
Yeah, I usually if I'm playing against Shaco, let's say you're blue side, and I would just level 1 try to plop a ward here.
Yeah.
So that way I get vision if he's gonna jump from over here or if he's gonna come from over here. Because the worst thing that could happen is you ward right here, you get really cocky, you're like, I'll see him come, he jumps over this wall and he kills you because you're playing aggressive, faking thinking, or vice versa. You ward here, you think, oh, he's not gonna be able to kill me, he runs around this way and he just Qs you and kills you easily that way. You know?
Yep.
You want to make sure you could ward here and be cautious, you just have to know that this is a possibility, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, warding depends mostly on the enemy jungler too. Or largely. Okay.
Give me a second. I'm back in like 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, no worries. Just 1 second. All right. So again, so far, just for the stream, if anyone's watching, you know, the highlight is positioning, going for trades when the enemy is going for farm. Again, I mentioned it last coaching session, but he needs to go for the trade against the Lux when, especially under tower, because when she's going for farm, when she's autoing standing still, then I would say jungle tracking, you know, that's important to do, but right now it's probably not his main concern to focus on. I would focus on really understanding Zed's abilities and mechanics, when and where to trade. Again, additionally, against someone like Lux, if you're gonna stand here.
I'm back.
Yep. Lux will be Q there, so drop your W there, so that way you can dodge your linear skill shot if you need to. I was just going over a recap of the VOD so far, just since there's going to be dead time. Okay. We can start off again. You know, again, right here, you know, she's low. She's going to go for the farm. I would say position a little more aggressively. I would say you want to lean towards bot side because Wukong's there. I would be a little hesitant to say that you want to use your W on Lux because you might not be able to kill her and you don't know where her fiddle is. You want to be able to back Wukong up. But
yeah,
if you don't use your W here, you can play extremely aggressive. Again, I like that you're playing aggressive, but you're not playing quite aggressive enough, you know?
Yeah.
You know, she's going up for that farm there. If she was going for the farm there, yellow will be Lux. So she was standing around here. You could stand up here. Your minion was blue, right here.
Yeah.
I guess blue is probably not the best color because her minions are blue, but you know, that way she can either go for the minion here, but if she goes for the minion, you're able to QEW her. Again,
Yeah.
I would recommend
Yeah.
your W go up here so that way you can dodge her and your Qs are easier to land than if it's right on top of her. Or if she goes,
Yeah.
or she could go for you. So there's 3 options there for her.
Yeah.
Option 1. She goes for the farm and you get free damage on her. That was the initial situation, right?
Yeah.
Number 2. She goes for trade. You have to make sure it's a good trade beforehand, but the second option is that she goes for the trade instead of going for the farm. She'll miss the farm,
Yeah.
right? But you have to analyze in your head beforehand. You know, okay, I'm Zed. I know my damage as Zed. I win this trade, or it goes even. It's going to be a decent trade to go for the trade and make her miss the farm. Or option 3. She just plays passive and gives up the farm, and possibly option 4.
Yeah.
You know, your pressure could scare her. She might feel a lot of pressure because you are Zed. Zed has a lot of damage to a Lux that has 200, 300 HP. You know, you scare her. And because you're playing very aggressively, she goes for the farm, she misses it. So you get the pressure, you get the damage, you get the good trade, and she misses the farm. You know.
Yeah.
Important note. You know, I hope this all makes sense. You really need to know when you go for the trades, when you use your W versus when you use your Q. You know, if this was, I don't know, a Rammus, something that might actually be able to gank you and do damage and CC you, taunt you, you might not want to use your W because you're going to need to use it to escape. So you might only just throw a Q.
Yeah.
But that's up to you to know when you go for the trade with the Q versus your WEQ combo, because you might, especially in a very aggressive situation where you don't have flash. I'm not saying the best situation here is necessarily to go for a WEQ because you don't know where the jungler is. Against a Fiddle, you might be able to manage, but he still does have some gank threat, but he is bot lane.
Yeah.
But again, it's up to you to know when you can WEQ or Q, and sometimes you won't even be able to pressure them when they're going for farm. But it's important for you to at least try to think about, well, when can I go for the farm? When can I go play aggressive? When can I challenge them going for the farm, you know?
Yeah.
Because you won't always be able to. You know, but learn when you can, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I get out of this early laning so far is just really know when you should go. Obviously, the optimal time is when they're going for farm. I remember you're doing it a lot better since the last coaching session, which is good. It takes a long time to really get better at this sort of skill.
Yeah.
But I want to see it even more, you know?
Yeah.
So again, this pushes into you. I like how you're playing kind of aggressive without being fully aggressive. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more aggressive. Also, I don't think I've seen you ward yet. I'd like to see you plop a ward here or plop a ward here. Fiddle's bot, so you're fine for now, but you're sitting on 2. Again, you know she's going for this. You're not getting any minions. So I can understand you playing passively if these minions were really low because you want to last hit them, right?
Yeah.
But you're playing defensively when there's nothing for you to do back here. You need to either be going to get vision or playing aggressively if you deem you don't need vision. And because of the thought process, we already know Fiddle's bot. You see him there. Aatrox is top. There's no one who could be there. So you should be playing aggressive if you're not going to go for the ward. Right?
Yeah.
Because you could be here, and if the minions are low, then you miss them, which is bad. But because the minions are still very healthy, you have time to harass her while she goes for the farm.
Yeah.
I would be a little hesitant to push the wave in too much because it's going to freeze into you soon. Because you have more minions. So she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8 to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
So it pushes, and then she's screwed if you let it push, right? And then you can freeze it right here, because this is what Zed wants to do. If you can have the lane frozen here, you can the minion wave can be here for her. You can just stand here. You can just spam, laugh, emote, whatever. What's she gonna do?
Yeah.
She's a Lux. She has to reset. If she resets, she misses all the wave. You just keep it frozen. You thin it out a little bit, and then you back. So you get to back with her. But if you set it up properly, again, I think I went over it last time.
Yeah.
I'll go over it again real quickly. You leave like 7.5 to 6. It'll stay frozen here. You might lose. You lose 2 CS. But stays frozen.
Yeah.
So you lose the CS, but it stays frozen. And you get to reset with her. So she misses a lot. She'll miss the entire wave, 2 waves possibly.
Yeah.
And the reason you want to reset with her is because tempo. That way she'll be full HP. She'll have items on you. Again, you don't need to do that. You could probably stay because you still have a health pot. You're fairly healthy. But that's what I would like to see. So if you use your WEQ, just be careful that your E and Qs are going to push the wave. But right here, this is going to push in. So now I'd be down to have to see you push it a little bit, because use your WEQ and hit the wave, because you're still going to damage the minions. But even if you damage these, you're not going to kill all of them. And it's still going to push into you because you want to thin the wave.
Yeah.
So again, I see you going for a little aggressive here, but I like to see you freeze this wave. You kind of do. Yeah. Nice. So you...
That's like, since the first coaching, that's really what I learned is the wave management. Like, I slowly was understanding it before, but it's getting better and better every game.
Right here, like, this is exactly the situation you want. And I have a problem with what you're doing right now. Your jungler's right here and you're not pinging.
Yeah.
She is in a horrible spot here. She is not allowed to be up here. She just used her E. I want to see you right here. WEQ onto her. Again.
Yeah. Like these missing...
You stand here.
I missed the traits.
You W here. Q here. Q here. If she Qs here, you don't take it. If she Qs here, you take it and then you just run her down, because this is exactly what
Yeah.
Zed wants. The lane is it's on his side. He has full dictation over the lane. You're about to hit
Yeah.
level 5. You might want to wait till you get your level 5 so you get a little more damage from your Q level up. Get level 5, immediately go in and level it up. Control Q or whatever
Yeah.
you have to level up your abilities, and just go in. Again, I'd be a little careful because Fiddle, but he
Yeah.
was just bot lane. He's probably not going to
Okay.
be coming. He's probably going to
Yeah.
be resetting. And if he is
Yeah.
ganking, he would be coming from this way.
Yeah.
In a high level play, he would reset, go to his camps, maybe do this. In a high level play, I would probably see him do 1, 2, 3. Wukong will do this camp and they'll trade. Or Wukong
Yeah.
will be able to do 1 and then just path straight there, do a gank to mid while going for the second crab to double crab the Fiddle. But again, that's in this elo, I wouldn't expect that to necessarily happen, but that's something for you to think about. What do you think is going to happen? So Fiddle's most likely not here, and if he is, it's very suboptimal, and you can ping and try to get your Wukong. Again, I would ping in advance, because you knew about 20, 30 seconds ago when the wave was here, right? That's pushing back to you, right?
Yeah.
You can just, this is what's going to happen in 30 seconds. Try to think about it. What's going to happen? Not only what is going on, but what's going to happen shortly in the future.
Yeah.
And then you can say, hey, Wukong, 30 seconds, gank mid.
Yeah, I'm not really telling them the time. I'm just gank
Yeah.
mid, please, or look bots, but not in 20 seconds.
If, the timing doesn't matter too much, just estimate. I don't know it's going to be 30 seconds. I have a better idea than you because I've been thinking about the wave state more for a longer amount of time.
Yeah.
But what matters is that gives the Wukong saying, oh shit, if I gank in 30 seconds, Zed's saying it's a free kill. And so 30 seconds, I have time to kill this and then come and I'll be there in the 30 seconds,
Yeah.
People, especially in lower elos, don't think for themselves. They'll hear a call and they'll just blindly follow it, right?
Yeah.
They like to think for themselves until they hear something happen. They're like, oh yeah, that sounds right. So let's just do it. And so if you say that, the jungler will just come and gank it. And this is so free. Wukong has flash. You just WEQ and Wukong flash E, she's dead. Simple as that. But you can play aggressive here. You get 5 off the next minion. She's respecting it. Again, I'd like to see you thin it. So kill the melee ones.
Yeah.
So that there's, again, a 1.5 or so minion advantage. Then you can reset if the Lux decides to reset. It looks like the Lux is going to reset here. But you see the problem with staying here is you're not going to be able to have a good reset for a little while.
Yeah.
You're probably going to need jungle assistance to get your good reset. And again, you should know that... Oh, never mind. She's not resetting. But again, I want to see you right there. You could walk this way into the bush. If the Lux tries to stop you from freezing it, you can just go in on her. But if that way, this lane right here, after that hits takes tower, it might freeze around here. It's very hard to keep a freeze when it's in this pocket because it's so close to the tower. It's really RNG. It's random. You really want to keep it around this area to freeze it. Or alternatively, if you're playing this side of the map, you want to try to keep it around here, because if it gets any closer than this, the turret shot range is probably around here, right?
Yeah.
And it's just RNG if the minions are gonna screw you over with the freeze or not. So try not to that, so you don't let it freeze. And now the wave is fixed for her, so she can reset if she wants.
Yeah.
And you should be trying to push this ASAP so you can get your reset in. Unless she's going to just... Because she probably did back here. See? There's no reason for you to do this. Because then you deny her a couple more minions, most likely, by this, but then you lose tempo. Right?
Yeah.
And when I say tempo, I mean... she's going to be on the map while you're basing. And so while she will be able to, in 2 to 3 waves, she will push in before you.
Yeah.
While you are in base and walking back, the minion wave will be here under tower. She will have time to roam. She will have time to impact the map. She will have time to get vision. You know?
Yeah.
And ideally, you want to minimize the amount of tempo difference. So. You know, against a Lux early on, that's not going to do much, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if this is Katarina.
Yeah.
You know, again, you would play the lane differently, but you can see how giving tempo is very important. Because if you give Katarina tempo, she's going to go bot. You're going to ping them, hey, cat, roam, bot. So you know what that means? They're like, oh, cool, time to go in, and then they die.
Yeah.
That's what your bot's going to think. They're just going to, it's time to in. That's just how it works, you know?
Yeah. That's how bot laners think.
Yeah, but... So you want to try to give yourself as much tempo as possible while denying them the best tempo possible. Again, in Silver, it's not as important, but I would recommend just pushing it as fast as possible, unless you are really close to your item. See, you have your Dirk in base and boots, so I would recommend just basing after this wave.
What are these numbers in the, I don't know, behind where you saw that I have my Dirk?
This?
Like right to the right of that? That, yeah.
That is your total gold this game,
okay.
including the starting 500.
Okay.
So now I would really push it. Again, I would push it as fast as possible. And I'm not saying you have to reset after that, because you get 6 off this wave too, which is a big power spike. So if you deem that top is gankable after you push this wave in quickly, you could then roam, or you could reset.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying you have to reset after you push this wave in. I'm not trying to say that's what you need to do. But you should try to push the wave in so you get tempo. Because you bullied her out of lane. That gives you the tempo to do what you want. You have the tempo to roam bot if you want. You know their bot lane's playing very aggressive all game. They don't have flash on Xerath. Their top lane is pushing in. They're going to get 6 soon. Your Wukong's hovering top. So I think right here, top might be the play just because Wukong is here. But I think that might be difficult to gank because he has flash, because your Yone is kind of low. He's about to get ult too.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would like to see Wukong bot side here so you can 4-man bot, like I was saying earlier, but again, you have to play around your lane, so you might decide that you don't want to go. The most important thing is right now, you bully Lux out of lane. You just got R.
Yeah.
Analyze. That's what you do. I can't see what you're doing because this is just a replay file.
Random.
Right?
Yeah.
But analyze. You're pushing this wave in. You don't need to think about killing minions, right? You know, you're Zed, you can pan top, you get time, you have your duo with the top laner, you can just say, hey, it's top gankable, we have Wukong in the area. You go, you look bot, you see they're pushing in, bot is gankable, they're level 4. Right?
Yeah.
You don't know necessarily what sums they have, but they've probably used some just because it's been so much fighting bot already with the junglers both ganking.
Yeah.
So really, I'm not saying necessarily you have to reset, but analyze the map.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. If there's anything you get out of the coaching sessions with me, really always try to analyze and think in advance. What are you going to do? Right?
Yeah.
you know, you might want to invade without the jungler. Get vision. Etc. You know.
Yeah.
And you can't. You really have to get. I'm guessing you're still not. You're still in the habit of pushing the wave and then looking.
Yeah.
If you know it's going to take you 5 to 10 seconds to push this wave in, you start looking. You can really start analyzing. So that way, as soon as you finish killing these last minions and it pushes in, you know exactly where you're going. You're saving yourself a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
Not for this scenario right now, but do you have any matchups where you dodge when you're playing Zed? Or what's your permaban with Zed on mid lane?
I mean,
for me, it's Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, Fizz isn't too bad. It's not a horrible matchup. I don't dodge matchups, really. I dodge team comps or teammates.
Yeah. How do you, like, I know you can watch OPGG, your teammates' stats and shit, but how do you know, like, the team comp? You just look, they will scale way better in the late game, or they will win early hard and we'll lose.
I will look at it as in a, let's say we have a, I would say this might be a dodgeable game for you guys because you guys are all AD.
Yeah.
But
I'm not looking
but that's
AD
not
or AP,
but that's not too bad because they don't have a tank.
Yeah.
So it sucks to be all AD, but it's not too bad. It's not such a hindrance that you need to dodge because Aatrox is their only tank, and I say that lightly because he's a bruiser and he'll build armor, but he'll still be killable.
Yeah.
And if he goes tank Aatrox, good for you. That's great because he's not going to be able to do anything. He's a really bad champion if he just
in this game he went full damage. I think he went Eclipse instead of Gore Drinker.
Yeah, he went full damage, and he went not full damage, but he went for a weird build with some tanky. So it's really suboptimal. But again, focus on this. I'll put this before game. So for example, if I'm playing Syndra, right, against a Fizz Hecarim, there's nothing I can do that game because if Fizz gets a slight lead, he just wins the game. And Hecarim is like the most impossible jungler for Syndra to deal with. Right?
Yeah.
So I would very strongly consider dodging in that scenario. You know,
Yeah.
Autofill jungle is dodgeable.
Yeah.
If all of your lanes are losing, if you're playing Zed into Fizz, you lose that matchup because you don't you just have trouble. It's not necessarily a lost matchup, but you have trouble in that matchup. You know, this bot lane is losing, their top lane is losing, and then for example they have a Hecarim who's probably pretty good, Lee Sin who's good into Wukong, right?
Yeah.
You have everyone on your team is losing. You guys are all AD. Just probably better off dodging.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't care too much about dodging unless it's really bad, but these are some of the reasons I would dodge. Don't really dodge matchups because then you're not really going to learn how to play those matchups, right?
Yeah.
Like, I hate playing against Katarina, but I played that last game into Cat and I got a lot more comfortable with
I think I never dodged a matchup before. It's just I permaban Fizz, and like I know like a good Irelia is annoying, Yone is annoying.
There are a lot of annoying champs, but most of them are manageable. You just have to play smart.
Yeah.
I'll probably watch a little bit more. I'll probably let's see. And again, you're freezing the wave here. You're roaming before pushing the wave in fully. Or getting your ward out.
I took the ward.
Yeah, you see Fiddle there real quickly.
Yeah.
That's a nice combo. But now you have to play very safe because you know Fiddle's in the area.
Yeah, there I died. That was
So
stupid.
that goes down to just unlucky a little bit. You let her reset when you didn't. Oh, you did. You didn't because you just bought this now. But you let her reset when you hadn't. You use your W very aggressively when you don't know where the jungler is, and now that you used it there, you didn't really think about, oh crap, well what if Fiddle is here and he's ulting in? Now I need to, now I can't take it, and now I have to play extra safe, and you kind of teeter-tattered on, do I go aggressive or do I stay safe? And that indecision really screwed you up. She's not pushing this very quickly, which is lucky for you. You might get there in time to get some of the minions, but...
No, I lost everything, I think.
Yeah, you get some of it. You at least get the XP, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
She stays. Again, I would recommend really push this out before you go roam. Because you missed 3 farm there for no reason.
A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah.
So right now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minions. One of them's a cannon.
Yeah.
Push this as fast as you can, and then roam bot.
Yeah.
Push this as fast as you can because you might be late to the fight, but you still might be able to be there in time to get 1 to 2 kills, right?
Yeah.
Because let's see what happens. You don't push it quickly enough, and now you're too late to come have any impact.
Yeah.
Right?
A summoner has reconnected.
And again, you see they're overstaying. If you were looking bot again, panning over bot, I'm guessing you were too focused on pushing the wave in, but if you were panning bot, you would have realized they're staying. I have time to go roam.
Yeah.
But because you pushed and then you think about what you're gonna do, that's bad.
I'm reactive, not proactive.
You want to think about what you're going to do while you're pushing the wave, not what you're going to do after. Again, I agree. Yeah, you're playing reactive instead of proactively. I'm impressed you guys win after being 5-0 down. Good mental. But
yeah, it was. I think I was there, like, the guy who said, guys, come on, we got this.
Yeah. Again, yeah, your bot does well to do it, but you could have gotten that shut down for yourself. Again, you're roaming for no reason before shoving the wave in. And now this freezes here, and if Lux is smart, you might be able to freeze it there.
Yeah, but we killed the Aatrox on top there.
Yeah. Yeah, but you could have pushed it, most likely gotten the cannon, pushed it in, and ganked top, most likely.
Yeah.
Because if that Lux played it correctly, she would have frozen you off 2 waves, and the reason there I say that she should freeze and not push. You know, you didn't ask this question, but this is a question that is kind of important, something people should think about is, if you're in that Lux's shoes here, you're right here, right? It's fine, frozen, right?
Yeah.
Do you freeze? Or, I'm gonna go over here because the sound is annoying me, but do you freeze if you're in Lux's position? Do you freeze or do you push for plates? You have to really think about what's your... first, I'm gonna say that later, but so just from a technical standpoint, this makes 100% sense, right? 100% sense. You want to maximize how much gold you get and maximize how much gold the enemy misses from their realm. Yeah. You know, that just if you can get 500 gold and deny them 300, or you can get 500 gold and deny them 100, 100% of people will say, yeah, obviously you want to deny them as much gold as possible, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is figuring out, well, how do you do it? Which one? Right? You want to figure out, well, which is better in which scenario? That's the question, right? To do that, you need to analyze what's your wave clear like. Your Lux, you don't have much AP, you're low on mana, you don't clear these minions very quickly. Unless she ults, in which she has enough for an ult E, I believe. I think it's 80 and 100. Yeah, so she's a little bit under it. But she'll be able to push it quickly enough if she does that. But she also, if we're going to go to her side, she has no vision.
Yeah.
She has a little there, but she has no vision top side. She thinks you're roaming top, but she's not sure. And Wukong is missing. The two most important questions, there's obviously a lot more to factor in. Are, what is your wave clear? And what's your vision like?
Yeah.
Again, also additionally with the wave clear and this is also, do you have your flash or escapes or anything up? I guess that's more of a third bullet point, but I'm gonna loop it into the two. And for this reason, she doesn't know where anyone is. She's kind of low herself. She's low mana. I would say either freeze it and farm under tower.
Yeah.
Or do what I said earlier and do the tempo back for health, back if she has enough money for anything. She has a lot of gold. She can buy her Lost Chapter if she freezes, resets, does what I told you to do earlier. She freezes here, or rather here. She freezes here. She does a tempo reset. She keeps the wave frozen here. She comes back. The wave is still here, and she can keep freezing here. Because as a mage into an assassin, you want to have the wave on your side as much as possible. And when it's not frozen, you want to slow push.
Like when I'm Zed right there, and she is a mage, and she freezes there, how can I break her freeze? Like, I know less hitting the wave than she is, but if we both just last hit the minions.
So the question is how to break the mage's freeze. Especially as a melee assassin.
Yep.
There are a few ways. One, this is not going to be reliable in low elo because junglers are like, no, I only gank for kills.
Yeah.
They won't understand this, so. But also the enemy mid laner will be easier to take advantage of.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to get your jungler to help too. Just pressure.
Like the junglers in low elo are going for kills, or they just randomly hit your wave, and you have like a freeze for the next 3 waves under her tower.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing in low elo.
This one I'm going to say is, as a note, just in low elo. Because in high elo, they're going to be able to take advantage of you. They're not going to fold under pressure. They're going to play it properly and be able to zone you off of it well and tether properly. But in low elo, if you pressure them, they'll make a mistake. And they'll lose the freeze. You know, just make sure you're not going to die for it.
Yeah.
You know. How to break a freeze. You can use your WEQ to just clear the wave. You want to ideally right? So ideally you want to figure out, rather than figure out every game, oh, this is how I get them to break the freeze, right?
Yeah.
What caused the freeze? So we can go, let's go analyze this real quick and figure out what caused her to be able to freeze. She didn't do it. but she could have. Oh, you know what happened? You didn't shove the wave in fully before you roamed.
Yeah.
You didn't shove in fast enough when you had the opportunity. So right here, I would say, you roam before killing all the minions. You roam before making sure the wave crashed.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like that's the big takeaway for here. Do you think that's enough for this VOD, or is there anything else you want
Yeah, of course,
to go?
of course.
Or, but was
Thank
there
you.
anything else you wanted to go over, like a team fight, your positioning, or something? That
Yeah, team fight would be great.
Do you know? Let's.
Skip slowly through it. I'll tell you which one it was. It was one of the last, I think. Around their base. Like there, I had not really good stats, but
Yeah.
I tried to fight me back in the game. I just, since the last VOD review, I just changed my mental really hard. Before, I was like, yeah, the typical low elo player, or my team is trash, and yeah, maybe they are, but I'm not
So are you.
tilting.
Not trying to like tilt, like be mean to or anything, but like you're in the elo
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. If I would be the best there, I wouldn't be in silver right now, so.
One of the most important things I will also mention: make sure you don't revert back to old habits.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to do, but you really don't want to.
Yeah.
So let me know where the team fight is. You want?
I think it is the team fight you want. Right
So
there.
go back a little bit.
Yeah. Because like for me, when I play team fights, what I try, like when I see this combo of them, I feel like my biggest how can I say, like what I have to do to win this team fight is to like hunt and assassinate squishies. So like
Yeah.
Seraph, the best would be Ezreal, of course, because the Lux, Seraph, and the Fiddle had all stopwatch.
But see, that's something you're. You're looking what I'm highlighting.
Yeah, he has stopwatch too.
He has
yeah,
stopwatch
okay,
too. And again,
yeah.
they're all squishy enough that even with stopwatch, if you play around your ult properly, you can still assassinate them even with stopwatch.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Right here, I dislike your positioning. Flank.
Yeah.
99% of the time on an assassin, you're going to want to flank. You know, if you
Yeah.
you either want to flank or get a pick.
Yeah. I think in this team fight, I'm not really sure if it was this team fight, but our
Yeah.
Yon hit a 4K
Four-man.
man ult. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. But yeah, so ideally you want to figure out beforehand, again, analyze what you're going to want to do. I would recommend, you're right here, I would recommend go down. I would recommend go down, go into the shadows, use your red, have red trinket, not ward. Make sure you're not going on a ward. Go around, go for a flank. See who you can get a pick on. You know, maybe the flank is to push this wave in, sit here and W over the wall and kill the Ezreal there. I'm not saying this is the best flank, but based on your positioning here, I'd say you want to go around and go for a position because Wukong and Yone are threatening this front. You know, think about it like a World War II sort of thing, you know. You have your Nazi Germany, you're fighting the front on the west, but then Russia joins in. You have to you get kind of, you have to figure out, oh, do I stop put soldiers in France and watch that, the D-Day, or do I put soldiers on the east and block the Russian front? And you get kind of pressured, and not only that, you also have, it's a lot harder to guard 2 zones. If you as an assassin are able to, if they're coming from this way, and you're able to come from this way, or this way, or this way, it's a lot harder for them to dodge and to peel properly. Because if you come from this way as well, it's similar to the Lux skill shot Q. It's very linear. They know exactly what you guys are going to do and exactly how you guys can dodge it. But if you're going to flank, it's a lot harder for them to react to it and do it properly. So again, and you take a lot of damage for no reason before the fight. You got lucky there, but and again, you're still not going for the flank. You're still going for at this point, it's decent because you can W EQ here and kill these 2. The Wukong's already killed one. Because you didn't really do anything else, right?
Yeah. Can you go to where the other 3 or 4 blue stems are? Yeah, right there.
Right here?
Yeah, that would be the last thing.
Okay.
I think there I played it a bit better.
Okay.
Not sure.
Yeah, again, it's hard to do a fight perfectly every single time.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
I think that was the winning fight there.
This is very bad from your team.
Yeah.
Because, let's just analyze it in a second. You have 2 members here. 1, 2. They have 4 up.
Yeah.
So it's a 2v4 right now.
And my bot
you guys,
is not even...
and again, like how I said last time, you guys are not on the map. You guys are on the map, but you're not on the map. They need to wait until you guys push the other waves in to start split pushing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I cannot type today, I guess. I misspelled that too, but it doesn't matter. But
kind of tired right now.
Yeah. But yeah, so they should wait, push the wave in, but they should not be going for this inhibitor until your Yone pushes bot, until you push this wave, until your Senna isn't standing in Dragon Pit for no reason. You know?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're pushing for the inhib. They're kind of lucky because they should be forcing a fight right now. It's 2v4.
Yeah.
This is their only chance at winning this game. Again, they're strong, so they'll probably win anyway because Wukong is just so fed. But this is their best shot at winning the game, and you guys are letting them have this opportunity. It's probably like a 50-50. Let's say it's a 50-50, right? That's random numbers. Or which play would you rather do? The 50-50 play where they have the best chance to win, they could get a good Fiddlesticks ult, Lux binding, and kill both of them, and then you guys might lose and throw the game because they're getting a lot of XP off the minions? Or would you rather go for the guaranteed play where you're gonna win no matter what? Because and
but would we have any benefits if we would go for the 50-50 and have one? It's just then faster ending for them, or at the end it's no benefit, it's just more higher risk.
It's a higher risk. You generally want to make the guaranteed play. Again, for their team, they want to go for this because this is probably going to be their best and their last chance to win the game and bring it back.
Yeah.
But for you guys, it could work out, but why take the risk? Why take a risk when you don't need to?
Yeah.
You don't want to take unnecessary risk in solo queue.
Yeah.
don't be too eager to go for the cool play. Go for the. Sometimes you have to play smart. Sometimes you have to play. It's less fun, but you know sometimes you have to do it. And
Yeah.
I know this isn't you, but you could be typing in your team, say, wait for us to push. You know, I typed that very poorly, but like I have to go to the bathroom, so like I'm a little bit typing wrong. But you know, you want to go for the guaranteed play. There's no reason to force something when it could go wrong. When if you wait 20 seconds, you get this way pushed in, you get this way pushed in. Then if they go for this fight, you get the third inhib and threaten end. So it's not a big deal if they die. All things considered. And I'm not saying they will die, but if they do, it ends up okay.
Okay. Can you let the last fight, like...
Yeah. We'll play it out, but...
Has been destroyed.
It works out, but what if it didn't?
Yeah.
So...
It's just in-game, it's, for me, still a lot harder.
Yeah.
If I watch this right now, I see so many mistakes. Even I see it, but in-game,
it's really important to kind of just try to think about it during the game. It's going to take a long time to get better about during the game to analyze it and figure out what's going well, what's going wrong. But just try to slowly think about what's going on. So you saw him ulting. You ult the fiddle, which I don't like. Still get a good double on it. But see how right here. I like this. I would recommend as a team you go for this bot wave, push this bot wave in first, so that way you have pressure from top, mid, and bot. Just force as much pressure on their throat as possible. But this is okay because you guys are pretty far ahead in terms of team fight and stats. You have soul. Right here, you see he's ulting. You know.
Yeah.
There's no reason to. You can just walk away and disengage for a minute. You're gonna take a lot of damage. And again, I don't like this ult because you know he has Zanya's. He's also in the middle of your whole team, so by the time your ult goes off, your ult is not going to be the reason whether or not he lives or dies, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to go onto the Xerath here, I could understand it or something. But because your team's all going to be targeting him, he's either going to die before getting his Zonias off, or he's not. And your ult's not going to be the deciding factor. Because now you take a lot of damage. I would also like to see you ult in. I like how you put your W down there. I would like to see you ult in and immediately W. Because you see him Zonias, right? But I think you stand there for a couple seconds, and instead of taking your W, you know, you'd still be...
I run out.
You run out, and you would be at this much more health. And again, this fight, it doesn't matter. Your team's doing well. You guys are... Everything's going well for you guys, but... In a different game, that could be the difference. So you took 70% of your health bar for no reason, and you did nothing with your ult. You just happened to press Q and hit the kill on someone who's going to die no matter what from the Wukong.
Yeah, and now it's finished.
So it's not bad, but like, it works out, but you could have played that a lot better.
Yeah. But now, like, for the ending, would you say I have made things worse than before, or better than before, or...
I would say there's definitely a lot of improvement. You know, it takes a long time to...
Yeah, I'm not pressing.
But I can see that you're at least trying to be a little bit more proactive. I can see you're trying a lot harder, and the thought and the intent is there.
Yeah.
You know, which is what's the most important thing, right?
And one last thing, again, I forgot. Can you click through my games with Zed? I want to show you something. Just click through. Like where I won. Just where I went.
Here?
If you look just look at these few. Like, always my bot lane is, I think in every game, my bot lane is inting. In literally every game.
Yeah. That's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah, but I don't understand, because I often look at my bot and my teammates, and they often have my bot lane has then a 70% win rate, but in my game they int. Just
Yeah.
in my game.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
they
3
see
minutes.
it
That
there.
doesn't matter. This doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But again, I want to try to see you getting around 6.5 to 7 CS per minute at most games.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, overall, yeah, I see a lot of improvement, not necessarily from your play, but from your intent,
Yeah.
which is what really matters. But yeah,
Then
so do you have any other
thank you.
questions?
No, I'm fine. I gotta go to sleep now.
Yeah, no
School
worries. Yeah,
tomorrow.
it's getting pretty late for you.
Have a good stream if you stream.
Yeah, thank you.
I want to see this vid on YouTube, then I can watch it over and over again, like
Yeah,
the
of
last
course.
one. Yeah, then wish you a good day, have fun, improve.